Hey guys, so today's video is an anti-haul. I haven't done this in a really long time and I'm working on a deep dive into a beauty influencer, so I'm kind of busy with that and I'm not ready to film that yet, so I thought I'd do like a filler video, which are some of my favorite videos to film regarding beauty. It's just stuff that I don't particularly want to buy, and I think that's important to talk about. It's important to talk about the things that we're like just like not spending money on, because there's enough stuff that we are spending money on. And I think being on TikTok as well, like I see so many makeup products that I'm like, oh, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that, and it's just because of the beauty filter and like the trends and the hype and like, oh my god, do you need this? Like so many things that I've bought because of TikTok, and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna talk about the things that I don't want, and I don't want a lot of stuff. And because I haven't done an anti-haul in probably months, I've built up an arsenal of stuff. I've tried to cut it down quite a bit into just the stuff that I actually want to talk about, but we're going way back to, oh, I don't have the dates. We're going back to probably, I think I limited myself to like September onwards, August onwards. I didn't go any further back. So I'm gonna move to the side a little bit. Actually, subscribe to the bell icon for engagement, and I also have other channels. I have a drama channel, drama commentary channel, where I talk about things other than beauty, but also beauty influences, but just not beauty in itself, and I don't do my makeup while I deep dive. I also have a podcast where I discuss life with special guests. If you guys want to know who that is, go watch my podcast. And I also have a book channel that I rarely post on because sometimes I just don't read books that are interesting enough to put on the channel, and sometimes I just don't read enough. So, but also subscribe. This who, when, how, but also I'm kind of intrigued. This is the what brand is this? Vacation Classic Whip. I'm having to like read upside down because it's someone's praying it down. It's a SPF 30 whipped cream, essentially. I think the concept is fantastic. It's also only SPF 30, which like is fine, but not really. If you're pale like me, SPF 30 is just like basically putting on nothing. Like you're still gonna burn. But I think the concept is quite nice. And if you're blessed with a darker skin tone than me, or you don't live in a super sunny area, which I don't, bear in mind, I live in London, but we have heat waves lately, and that's when I need like SPF 5000. This is quite interesting. I just also think it's a bit of a gimmick, and like aerosol packaging isn't very good for the planet. So it just feels like the whole thing is just like a fun thing, but it's not actually functional. Let's put the fun in functional, but also let's still keep things functional. I'm not buying this. Patrick Ta's releasing a cream, foundation, and powder compact duo. And I watched some reviews on this from people that I trust, and like people that I usually like similar things with, and I just think this would look really heavy because those people didn't really enjoy this product because they said it looked quite heavy, and I feel like products like this that are like cream but like solidified tend to look quite heavy. The only exception so far that I've found is the stretch concealer from Glossier. For some reason that looks like light as air, but this I just feel like it wouldn't mesh well. Then we have this, the Chanel highlight. It is supposed to look like the Chanel No. 5 perfume. Wonderful. This is way too deep for me. I just know it's gonna give me a grey cast, not grey cast, a dark cast, like a shadow situation going on, and it's probably too expensive, and it's also not cruelty free, I'm pretty sure. But also this eyeshadow palette looks stunning, but it's browns and golds. I have that 10 times over, and I'm sick of seeing those little applicators. Oh, I just touch my makeup. Oh, also Too Faced, once again. It just feels like whenever Christmas time rolls around, it's like a bingo card for Too Faced for how many things they're going to mention again. So it's like pumpkins, spice, reindeer, a little snowman. Like I feel like their palettes just look identical, and it's always like oranges with like one pop of pink. Every Christmas collection looks the same. I feel like at this point they could just start reselling the same makeup, like just make like a bunch and just sell it for like 5 years, because it all looks the same. So I'm just not getting it, because it looks the same as all the other stuff, and then all the other stuff looks like every other brand's stuff. So I just don't need it. Jeffree Star, you guys know that I don't buy from him. I literally have 2 videos on my deep dive channel, this channel, about Jeffree Star and how I don't like him. This is the wedding collection. What can I say? It just looks quite boring. There's just a random hot pink in the middle. Cool. There's these Liquid Star shadows and some lip products. The Liquid Star shadows actually look quite nice, but once again I'm just not getting them. And also some skincare for the wedding situation. I just don't trust Jeffree Star with skincare. Also I think his packaging is super wasteful for something that you have to like keep on repurchasing. Like skincare is something that you repurchase quite often. I just feel like it's super wasteful. Refusing to buy that. Supreme and Pat McGrath launched some nail varnishes, which like I associate eyeshadows and lipsticks and stuff like that with Pat McGrath, not nail varnishes, and I just don't really care for Supreme. They've done a collab before. I'm just not really into these. I know they're like a collector's piece. I'm just not really that interested. So no, and it's like not available anymore. So like, I'm not buying it regardless. Rem Beauty is releasing some eyebrow pencils. I have my like go-to. I think for like an eyebrow pencil, I usually go for Colourpop. They have like a good balance between affordable and like works really well, but my usual standard is just the Glossier Boy Brow with the Glossier Brow Flick. That's just kind of what's going on right now. That's what I love, that's what I do. I just don't really switch it up too much. And they have this eyebrow gel, which I believe won an award recently. I think it was a Allure or one of those, because of like the funky applicator, but apparently like underneath all the like applicator and wonderful excitement, it's actually not that, like it's fine, it's an eyebrow gel, but like I think the packaging and like the brow and the brush and the applicator is what makes it look more exciting and appealing than it actually is. That's what I heard through the grapevine. Fenty released this ketchup lip situation and absolutely not getting this. I have a weird phobia. Phobia is a strong word, but it makes me physically ill of like condiments when I'm not using them for something. Like if I'm dipping a fry into a condiment, that's perfectly fine. But if I get a condiment on my hand, I can't just just the idea of that makes me feel sick. Seeing someone like eat a spoonful of something that is like saucy and condimenty makes me feel physically ill. So this is a big no for me, big no. Tamagotchi is releasing these 2 shades of the like liquid Last Legendary lipstick. Yeah, so these are 2 metallic lipsticks, liquid lipsticks at that, and I just don't think metallic lipsticks look good, mainly when they're liquid lipsticks. Like I think there are definitely things that look good and metallic lipsticks are not it. And I thought we left them behind in like 2016, so I'm not really sure why Pat McGrath of all brands is releasing them, but sure. Then we have By Terry releasing the Eclat Opulent Serum Foundation, which looks absolutely stunning. I know that this would make me look my skin would just look so good, but it is £128. Highly concentrated with skincare benefits, acting on 8 signs of aging: wrinkles, fine lines, firmness, volume, elasticity, aging spots, lack of hydration, and radiance. It has buildable coverage with second skin texture, vegan formula, long wearing, weightless finish, hydrate, nourish, tone, and soothe the skin for a youthful, healthy looking skin. I don't really believe in... Also, it's only 6 shades, but they say like, oh, it's color adapting. But it's only 6 shades and they don't go very deep. Because I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Literally what's in the picture is what you get. It's £128. I think the price tag they're justifying by putting skincare into the foundation. I think in the grand scheme of things, putting skincare and makeup, like the percentage of skincare to makeup is quite low. I think if you want anti-aging, just buy retinol, glycolic acid, AHAs, BHAs, salicylic acid, a good moisturizer. Like, I don't think you're gonna actually get your money's worth in skincare out of this foundation. And if you took out the skincare and the like anti-aging claims, you could probably slash that price in half, which would be more reasonable. Then we have Revolution releasing this Clueless collection. I just don't really care for it. A big eyeshadow palette with a mishmash of rainbow shades, which like I don't remember Cher wearing anything like colorful on her eyes. And then just some like small 6-pan palettes. I do not care for this. I think it actually looks really cheap. It looks like children's makeup, which it's a movie from like early 2000s. Children are not watching it necessarily. I just think it looks way too childish. Then we have these Gucci blushes. I bet they're an arm and a leg. Not interested. Milk's releasing a concealer. I'm trying to get through my collection. I'm trying to get through all my concealers, but this is next on my list. I think I want to watch some reviews of it just to see how people feel about it. I love Milk's complexion product and just how like natural looking they are, so I bet this concealer is stunning. But I just have so many concealers for how much I actually use. Like for concealer, you don't really use a lot of it, so just having more than like 5 feels ridiculous, and I definitely have more than 5. Then we have this Man Eater After Dark eyeshadow palette by Tarte. I feel like Tarte hasn't really been on anyone's radar lately. It's $52, 24 shades, 11 mattes, 9 shimmers, 4 sheens, with warm neutrals, golds, coppers, and berries. Like lately, I think in the last year or two, coppers, oranges, yellows, not really where I go in life. I'm more of a leaning towards brown or pink. Orange is definitely like too far the other way for me. I just don't think that looks good. And I think I've been like, it's like borderline. We have like PTSD from 2015, 2016, where like everything was just copper and orange and yellow. Then we have these Milani highlights in like the squeezy tube with a little puff at the end. I'm assuming that is supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury highlight. The shade range is amazing. I'm not looking for a liquid highlight right now because everything I have is difficult to use up, and it will expire if I don't. So I'm not getting this, but it looks very good. The Haus Labs foundation and powder release. I heard like pretty good reviews, but nothing that is like so mind-blowing that I'm like running to get it. I think there are many other foundations where I was like, oh, the reviews are so mind-blowing that I'm gonna like add this to my inventory of foundations. This I just haven't heard anything. People are like, yeah, this looks nice, but like it isn't anything mind-blowing. But it's $45. The powder is $38, and they sell a cruelty-free foundation brush for $39, which is so expensive compared to like a powder or like the powder's $38 and the foundation is £1, well, $1 more. That is really odd pricing to me. And then we have obviously more of the Too Faced Holiday 2022 collection. We have, of course, like I said, Snowman, the biscuits. There's a weird donut situation going on. I just think it's like typical, looks exactly the same every single year. I'm not into it. Also, here are all the like Disney collabs. Disney's really just pumping out the content in makeup lately. These are all Essence and I believe Catrice. Just so much makeup, so childish. I get that this probably is a great money maker, but I'm just not into it. They have Maddie Ziegler doing another Morphe collab. Me and Morphe don't really mesh well. I just don't think the makeup's really good quality. The brushes aren't really good quality. I have this one Morphe brush that I've still kept, and it is the most itchy, scratchy, disgusting thing I've ever put to my face. So me and Morphe just don't really mesh well. That palette isn't really my vibe anymore. Maddie, probably lovely girl. Moving on. Tatcha's releasing some skincare products. So we have the body wash, body milk, and body oil. The trio is $99, but individually it's $40 for the wash, $48 for the milk, and $58 for the oil, which is so much money. So much money. No, thank you. No, thank you. Benefit's launching their Christmas like holiday collection. Benefit's not cruelty free. And also this looks really boring. Next, SheGlam is launching like liquid blush, contour, and highlight. I don't buy from SheGlam or like any like fast fashion clothing company that then releases makeup. I just refuse. I remember, I think I got a brand deal from SheGlam for another collection they were releasing, and I was just like, absolutely not. And I think they offered to like send me PR, and I was just like, no, that's just not something I'm willing to promote on my channel. Then we have Besame Cosmetics with the Disney The Villains collection. I'm one, not interested in the makeup, like just looking at it, it's not really something that I'm like super into. And two, just like the whole Disney thing, I love it when it's done in like small doses. When it's like rubbed in my face every single time I look at Trend Mood, I just get really like, it like cheapens the whole thing for me, if that makes sense. Natasha Denona released this collection. We have a lip situation, lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, face palette, and an eyeshadow palette. I was looking at this, and in the end I decided that I don't really need it. I'm glad that when I went on the website it was only available to like add to your wish list, so I would have bought it then and there, but because I had that time to think about it and watch some reviews, I just don't think this is very different to anything else I have in my collection. I think the face palette is quite tempting, but even then not really something that I need to add, so I'm very glad that I had like the time to think about it, and now it's become part of the anti-haul. Oh, this is ridiculous, by the way. I'm adding this big time into my anti-haul. This is a limited edition 5 Colors Couture palette by Dior. It's $65. Tell me the difference between these 4 shades on the outside. Like, yeah, in the middle we just have a black, well, a brown that is so dark that it's basically black. What is realistically on the eyes the difference between the 4 outside shades? Because they all look like just my, like if you scanned my face, you could probably find those 4 shades just on my face without, when I'm not wearing makeup. Like they all look like my skin. Who is this actually for? Because it's not even for me. I don't think this would show up on me except for that middle shade. This is crazy, like ludicrous. $65 for this. I don't really get it. Anyway, Chantecaille is releasing this makeup. Look, Chantecaille as a brand gives me the vibes of like, I want to love you. I love luxury makeup. I want to love you. I just don't. Everything they release just is always so bland and just like, this is not going to show up on my face, and I'm already so pale that like it should, if it's going to show up on anyone's skin, it's going to be the paper white skin, let alone anyone past my skin tone is just not going to be able to use this. I feel like even the highlights would look really ashy on me, like mainly that pinky one. I'm always like, and there's a lip balm and it's glittery, and it's like, I want to like Chantecaille, and I love what they do for like animals, and it's always like centered on animals, and I really like that, but it's just so expensive for basically nothing. Givenchy is releasing some like limited edition Christmas stuff, and I think it looks really lovely. Like they're like these more expensive, weighty like lipstick packaging and powder packaging. I'm just like, when you finish it, what do you do then? I guess you could just keep on moving the lid around from powder to powder. I think this is nice, but they're not cruelty free, so not getting that. Another one, One Size Beauty, which is Patrick Starr's brand, is doing a collab with Disney. This is very boring. That face palette looks like I could buy it from Claire's. I like the Mickey Mouse shaped powder puff, and I think it's a really cute collectible item, but functionality wise, once again, we've put the fun in functionality, but like taking the whole functionality away, I just don't think that would get anywhere, you know? Fenty Beauty released this ice. So they have their heat line. Well, let's just start from the start. They have their like actual lip gloss line, and then they have their heat line, which they recently released, and now they have an ice lip gloss, which I really like. What's really funny is Huda Beauty talks about the fact that she released a heat and then an ice lip gloss, and Fenty Beauty did the heat and the ice lip gloss. Turns out they both manufactured the lip gloss at the same time in the same factory, and the factory didn't tell them that they're both releasing the same item at the same time. So I think that's pretty funny, and I think just how light-hearted Huda was about it, I was like, fair enough. I think these look really cute. I wonder what the icy one feels like. I guess just mentally. Anyway, I would love to try the heat and the ice, but right now I just have so many lip glosses that I'm like trying to at least finish up one before I add one to my collection, so no. The Kylie Kris Jenner collab that came out, and I was so excited for it because I remember the first one was a flop. It got like really bad reviews because the quality was so bad compared to like other stuff. And I was hoping for something different this time, and I think this looks so boring. It's such just like missed potential. The shape of the eyeshadow palette bothers me. It's a triangle. You know, you guys know if you've been here for a while how I feel about oddly shaped eyeshadow palettes. Not my vibe. The color story isn't really my vibe either. Just this random like orange in there just doesn't do it for me. The face palette looked really chunky when it was being swatched, mainly the highlight, so I wasn't into that. I think the lip products look really cute. This is a new formula she has. It's like a chubby stick, but it's a matte and it's very pigmented, and I think it looks really cute, and I would love to try it, but just buying it as a trio is not my vibe because I don't really wear red lipstick enough to own more than one or two. Like I right now own a red Pat McGrath one, a red Hourglass one, and then I think I have one red liquid lipstick, and that is it, because I just don't wear red enough to justify having more than 3, you know? I think even 3 is pushing it. And then just one clear like lip oil, and so just got like olives on it. I think it's so childish looking for a collab with a mature woman like Kris Jenner, right? Then we have this Fenty refillable case for a lipstick, which is $500, and it's the 5th anniversary edition Swarovski crystal case dripped in 975 hand-applied gems. Each gem has been hand-applied so that each case is truly one of a kind. $500. There's only 100 available. I wonder if they sold out, because like you would never see me buy anything for makeup related purposes that is $500 ever, but like good for you if you did. Let me know if you did, but I didn't. Here's the next Naked palette. Can we stop calling them Naked palettes? Can we move away from the Naked line? Why are we still releasing Naked palettes when they have nothing to do with being naked? Nothing. The Naked 1, 2, and 3 were all variations of nude, pink, brown, and then we got like the nude smoky. No, then we got like the Naked smoky, which like that wasn't naked. And then the Naked Heat, which also wasn't naked, and then the Naked Cherry, and that wasn't naked. And it's just like we've lost the point of the Naked line. The Naked line was supposed to be the Naked 1, 2, and 3. Different variations of nudes and everyday looking, kind of like soft glam looks, which make you look naked but pretty. If we're making blues and pinks and reds, can we stop calling it the Naked line? Have they just signed like a forever deal, a forever contract with a manufacturing company, and they just keep on manufacturing this shape of palette? But even then, can we just put a different label on it? Not naked anymore. It is not naked. This is not a naked eyeshadow palette. I never thought I'd get this angry over it. This is why Urban Decay just hasn't been it for a while, because they've just stuck to this idea and they're just like going with it, or gonna die making naked palettes. Anyway, the only thing I like is the outside art, and it is done by Robin Eisenberg. Lovely outside packaging. I just wish it didn't say naked over it. Then we have a collab between Be Perfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie MUA, and I'm gonna say something and you guys are gonna listen, because that's how a video works. Why do all Be Perfect palettes look exactly the same? They're all rainbow palettes. Have they released any? Have I just missed it? I feel like every time I see them on Trendmood, it is the same rainbow palette, just with a different MUA, or without an MUA, or it's a collab, or it's a not, but like they're always rainbow palettes. I feel like that's all they do. I don't need a rainbow palette. I'm moving on. Then we have this, which is such a gimmick. Once again, just like no functionality, just fun. Essence released the color changing blush oil, and it's your change your cheek game, and it's one of those clear liquids, and you put it and it's supposed to pH balance, but like not actually, just all goes hot pink. Just immediately blue toned hot pink. And also I bet with this formula, it would just take off any makeup underneath. So no, thank you. Kourtney Kardashian's releasing the Lemme Lemme line, which is a line of vitamins and supplements. So there's Lemme Chill, de-stress, Lemme Matcha, Energy B12, and Lemme Focus, concentration. I think in the grand scheme of things, vitamins and supplements is Courtney's brand. I'm just not really interested because I feel like these are going to be very overpriced for what they actually are ingredient wise, right? And if I want matcha, I can just drink matcha. I have matcha powder at home, very high quality one. Like I can just drink matcha. And if I want focus, I can just drink a coffee. And if I want de-stress, I will see my therapist. And then we have Tarte for holiday 2022, just releasing random stuff like blush palettes, and I'm just not interested in holiday sets this year at all. Nothing has really caught my eye other than Charlotte Tilbury with the palette with the blush and 2 highlights, and then Pat McGrath. I bought the 2 5-pans. I have one of them on my eyes right now. These, I actually picked them up today. Which one do I have on my eyes? This one. These are so gorgeous. Just 1 matte, 4 shimmers, a 5-pan. These are so beautiful. I also ordered the blush and the highlight from the Pat McGrath collection, and that's it. And that's really it for the holiday stuff. I haven't really been buying any holiday things because they're just not grabbing my attention this year. MAC released their holiday collection. It's this weird like 5-pan palette that they have. The highlight looks stunning, the blush looks stunning, the other highlight looks stunning. That's really it from this, and they're not cruelty free, so I'm just not gonna do it. Morphe's releasing more nude brown eyeshadow palettes. Pass. Amrezy's collaborating with Pretty Little Things makeup line, which I didn't even know that Pretty Little Thing had a makeup line. But like I said, I'm not buying any of the fast fashion brands that were for clothing and now are for makeup because that's just not where I want to put my money. Revolution's creating the Super Base color correcting skin base in yellow or green. I have so many primers, I just don't need it. Same note, Glowish by Huda Beauty. It's a blurring primer. I don't need it. Winky Lux is releasing and this is where I'm starting to think like, is this trend coming back? Because if yes, stop it immediately. It's a color changing pH balm. It has nothing to do with your pH. It is literally, it's all gonna go the same shade, but it looks like it's a different shade because it's on a different skin tone, but like it is actually ultimately going the same shade. It just looks slightly different on different skin tones, but it's the same shade of just hot pink, blue undertone. Transforms into your skin's most flattering purple pink. No, just the same purple pink for everyone. With a subtle shimmer, infused with ceramides for an ultra hydrated pout, $16. No. No. Kylie's releasing an advent calendar. It's only 12 days. It's $180, but apparently the value isn't all there. Like I think there's like 3 liquid lipsticks, a lip liner, some like filler product, no eyeshadow palette. Actually, let me read it out to you guys. If you want the spoilers, keep on listening. If you don't, you don't. There's a lip liner in 808 Kylie, plus a liquid lipstick, plus another matte lipstick in Mary Jo, another liquid lipstick in Angel, a high gloss in Clear, eyeliner gel pencil in shimmery brown, a brush tip liquid eyeliner pen in black, a lip oil, a sugar lip scrub, and then a coconut body lotion that is a travel size facial oil, and a headband. That's just not worth $180 in any world, universe, planet, so I'm just not getting it. But this Christmas collection looks actually really, really nice, except I can't find it on the UK website or in any UK retailers, so I think this is just like a US exclusive, which kind of sucks. The eyeshadow palette's cute. I'm kind of mixed about it. The highlight is very cute. The red lip kit looks really cute. The lip gloss looks really cute. I don't really care about the face palette or the body lotion glow thing. I love the set of the lip related stuff. I think it's cute. I think I would take some, lose some. But overall, if this doesn't come to the UK, I'm not like gonna cry about it, you know? Pharmacy's releasing more scents of their like facial oil, like makeup remover oil. It is my favorite makeup remover of all time, but just the fact that they keep on releasing it as like a new product, but it's just like the same product, just in different scents. I want Pharmacy to release more actual like skincare because I think their skincare is really lovely. This Pat McGrath collection, I've ranted about it in my last video. I'm gonna do it again. Why was this released in sections? I get that it's good for like money saving, but it didn't even really do that because it was all released in people's like same paycheck. Like it was literally released like week to week. So even then you can't like save the money and like have it for the next paycheck or something. Massive eyeshadow palette, 2 face palettes, 1 highlight, 1 blush, 2 of the 5-pans, and 2 lipsticks, red and nude. Now what I was going to get is the big eyeshadow palette, the highlight and the blush, not the face palettes because they have repeat shades from stuff I already have, and then 2 5-pans. But then it also getting fragmented, and then I had time to think about it, so what I ended up actually getting is the blush, the highlight, and the 2 5-pans, and I'm not getting anything else because now it just doesn't make sense to keep on getting things shipped. 1, it's not good for the planet. 2, I'm gonna have to pay shipping at some point because like just buying one lipstick means I have to pay for shipping. And it's just like, couldn't we have released all of this in one go so that people can pick and choose what they actually want to buy, and then maybe like put out really good bundles so you can actually save some money? I don't really know. This was so disappointing, like just the way that it was released. But I do love the 2 eyeshadow palettes, and I bet I'm gonna love the blush and the highlight because I always like those from Pat McGrath, but Pat McGrath is starting to get really tiring to buy from. If that makes sense to anyone. Then we have the Empowered eyeshadow palette from Huda, and I love these big palettes. I think they're really good quality and really good value. But I watched some videos on this, and this runs very like orangey on the skin, which doesn't look like it in the palette because it's got a brown base behind it, like the backdrop. So it looks more brownish and more muted, but it isn't. It is very orangey. There's some like experimental shades in there, like experimental formulas that I'm just not really into. And I actually think the whole like empowered thing is starting to get really cringy. Like I think marketing, being empowered and stuff like that, it's just always gives me the ick for some reason. I don't know, I just think this whole palette just makes me feel a bit icky. Both Travis Barker and Brad Pitt are releasing skincare lines, and they're very expensive. So for example, Barker Wellness by Travis Barker there is a 2-in-1 face mask and cleanser for $95, a daily moisturizer for $85, eye serum $130, face serum $115, a renewal balm $140. Absolutely not. Moving on. ABH is releasing an eyeshadow palette. I already did a video on ABH and why I'm not buying from them, so no. Makeup Revolution is releasing this makeup, and some of it looks really Kylie Jenner, like the lip kits, and then some of it looks Pat McGrath-ish, like they're trying to copy like the big Christmas palettes, and then some of it looks really Colourpop, and I'm just like, does Revolution ever stop stealing from brands? Because they just stole from another small business the honey pot for the eyebrow gel. She's big on TikTok. They stole that whole concept from her, and they were boycotted and they had to take it down. But it's like, she has the patent for it, she has every right to that design, and they just stole it from her. I just refuse to support Revolution and a brand like that, so no thank you. And I do really want to buy that honey brow gel, but I have so many brow gels that I need to stop myself, but I want it so bad. Melt Cosmetics is releasing these four eyeshadow palettes: Air, Fire, Earth and Water. I don't wear colourful eyeshadows anymore. I am an Aries, so it would be fire, but it's very orangey red, so not really my vibe. And the rest is just like green, purple and blue. I already have all those shades if I want to use them, which I don't lately, so it just doesn't make sense for me. Patrick Starr released this. He released this last year, like a 3 colours blush palette. I can't speak today. And I actually watched a review of this today, and apparently he's changed the formula a little bit, and it just breaks up the makeup underneath and it's like less workable. So the last year's one had colors that I just couldn't use, and this year's one, I guess the formula is worse, so I'm just not buying it again. Then we have Harry Styles doing another like makeup beauty launch. He's releasing some nail varnishes, which like lovely, great. He's also releasing this eyeshadow palette. What is going on? What is going on? This is not cute in any capacity. I'm so sorry to my Harry Styles fans. I know you guys are very invested. This is just not it. It's $50. The Cream Pigments Trio is $40, can be worn alone or mixed together. It's in blue, magenta, and like yellow. A gloss for $25, it's clear. 5 nail varnishes, they're $20 each, or you can buy it for a set for $65. I think the nail varnish shades are really nice. I don't wear nail varnish, so it doesn't really apply to me. Not my vibe. Charlotte Tilbury obviously bought the holiday collection face palette, but she's also releasing these 5 single eyeshadows, and they're $30 each, $34 to be exact. Absolutely not will I ever pay that for a single eyeshadow. No way. They look stunning. I'm just not gonna do it. Next. They look beautiful though. Look at this. Beautiful. Dior is releasing their holiday sets. Some lip glows for $38. Backstage eyeshadow palettes for $49. One's like a modern Renaissance kind of a eyeshadow look, and then the other one's my Melt Gemini palette, so I just don't need it. And they're also releasing this, which looks like it's aimed at like a more mature audience. Like this feels like old time Dior rather than like TikTok viral Dior. ABH is also releasing one of these like small $29 palettes. 1, I have these shades 5,000 times over. 2, I'm not buying from ABH. This is beautiful. Gourmand Girls Cosmetics and Doodles by the Bunny are doing like a palette collab for the Halloween season. It's $55 and it is so beautiful, but I just don't wear these shades enough to justify buying this palette. But I think it's such a well done Halloween palette. Beautiful. Tom Ford is releasing this Soleil Neige Lip Blush Lip Balm. A moisturizing lip balm that applies on clear, instantly transforms into a sultry pink stain. So it's one of those, again, why are we doing this? And why is Tom Ford doing this? For $58, no. KVD is releasing this holiday collection, 2 of their like tattoo liners, but black and brown, some mascaras, you know, things like that, a lip product, and this eyeshadow palette. I'm just not really interested in any of it. Moving on. Kylie Cosmetics is doing a collab with Batman, and it is just not, 1, I'm not a big fan of Batman, 2, I don't think any of this looks super interesting. I mean, it's Batman shades, I can give it that, but I'm just not very interested. Snitchery is doing a collab with Colourpop for these things. I never really know, I am on the Colourpop's PR list, but I never really know what they are gonna send me and what they're not gonna send me. So always wait like at least a month before something is released. Before I buy something after it's been released, just in case they send it to me. I think this looks really stunning. When I'm doing a purchase on Colourpop, I will add 1 or 2 of these things into my basket. Like some of the Super Shock shadows look really stunning. The blush sticks look super cute. Like the purple one, so stunning. MAC almost had me there, but I forgot for a minute that they were not cruelty free. The Velvet Teddy lip set, where it has just like a bunch of Velvet Teddy related stuff. They have Velvet Teddy 2.0, a liquid lipstick version, a lip gloss, and a big Velvet Teddy packaging. Velvet Teddy used to be my go-to lipstick. It's the only lipstick that I ever, is it the only lipstick? It's one of not many lipsticks that I ever finished in full and like scraped it clean. I used it every single day while I was like 16 to 18. It was my pride and joy, and I'm just so sad that like they're not cruelty free, because I'm so tempted to like buy that and feel that happiness again, but I just can't, so I won't. But that really got me. Kimchi Chic Beauty is releasing this Holly Fairy Tale eyeshadow palette, and it's massive and pastel. Way too massive, way too pastel. Like, not something I'm super interested in. This is something I'm interested in. Glamlight is doing a collab with Scooby-Doo, but we don't know what it is. We just have like the idea, and I'm so super tempted. I've never bought anything from Glamlight, so I'm just really excited. And Scooby-Doo is like one of my favorite franchises, so I'm really excited. Viseart is releasing this, the Automne d'Or palette in Le Marais. I'm trying to be French here, guys. So sorry to any French watchers. This just looks like any other Viseart palette that I have already, so I'm just not buying it. It just feels like a waste of like space in my makeup collection. I do love Viseart's formula. I don't really use the eyeshadow palettes enough because I have them like hidden away in one of my drawers, like in the back. So I need to whip those out more often. Remind me, guys, to use my Viseart stuff. And Colourpop's also releasing, like I said, it's an issue because I don't know if they're gonna send this to me, the Troublemaker collection, which I love. I love this eyeshadow palette. It has 2 duochromes in it. It's more cool toned, more grungy. The lip products look stunning. Obviously wouldn't buy any of the like red berry ones because I don't use those enough, but the nudes are beautiful. The gel eyeshadows are really beautiful. Yeah, this collection is actually really, really interesting. Glossier, I think I'm getting this in PR. I'm not sure. I'm never sure about anything. The Swiss Miss Balm, and if they're not sending it to me, I will buy it. I might just buy it for the sake of having 2 because it is a limited edition. It's hints of rich cocoa, vanilla, and sugar strands with a sheer chestnut brown tint. That sounds absolutely divine. And if they are sending it to me, great. If not, I'll buy it. And that is it for my anti-haul. I haven't done one of these in so long that it took me literally 40 minutes to get through everything. Subscribe to the bell, like, comment for engagement. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.